Have you ever wondered what would happen if martial law got declared in your town? What exactly does this mean? And what can you do if this happens to you? Martial law means the military takes charge of everything, like the police and even how people live their lives. Now, if you're thinking, how's that bad? Martial law could mean you can't leave your house after dark because of a curfew. It could also mean no access to the news and the internet, as they might be shut down. And it could also make it tough to even see your friends. It's a big change from our normal lives. I used to think, how bad could it actually be? Surely people over-exaggerate stuff, right? That was until I read accounts from people who lived through it. One story that stuck with me was from a friend of mine who experienced martial law in Pakistan. The horrors he shared with me made me realize how crucial disaster preparedness truly is. So if it's so bad, it begs the question, why would martial law happen? There are a few reasons. Maybe there's a big protest that gets out of control, or a natural disaster like a hurricane so bad the government needs extra help. Whatever the reason, it means things are serious. I remember during a particularly intense hurricane season, even our local government almost declared martial law due to the chaos. It made me think about how quickly things can turn serious. While we can't control these situations, we can control how prepared we are for them. This means having things you need on hand, like food, water, and medicine. It's also smart to think about where you'd keep these things in case someone searches your house. This is where I come in, to help you be better prepared if we ever see the dark days of martial law. This video isn't about scaring you, it's about being smart. I'll show you how you can survive martial law by hiding your valuables in some great hiding places. We'll also talk about the laws you need to follow and how to stay safe. Martial law is a serious situation, but understanding what it means can help you stay calm. Normally, our laws are created by lawmakers and enforced by police officers. But during martial law, the military takes over those duties. This can feel scary because soldiers are trained for war, not everyday situations. If martial law happens in your area, it's important to stay informed. This might be difficult because phones and the internet could be shut down. Even though martial law is a serious situation, there are things you can do to get ready. First, try to put together a survival kit. This should include things like food, water, first aid supplies, and a flashlight. Also, make sure you talk to your family and make a plan for how you'll communicate and stay safe if you can't be together. And try to understand what martial law actually is. Many people think of martial law and think of North Korea. That's different. Martial law is not a dictatorship. Remember, even during martial law, you still have certain rights. Learn about your rights. Knowing what they are can help you stay safe. With these basic instructions out of the way, let me give you some of my best suggestions and advice on how to not just survive, but thrive in a martial law situation. First, hide your survival supplies in the home. Let's imagine your house is a fort. Where would you hide your survival supplies? This isn't a game. It's about keeping your family safe during martial law. Your home is full of hiding spots. You just have to get creative. Look around at your furniture. You might be surprised at how much stuff you can hide. Drawers are a great place to start. With a thin piece of plywood, you can create a false bottom. This gives you a hidden compartment perfect for smaller items like lighters, compasses, or first aid supplies. When I first started prepping, I got creative with hiding spots. Using false bottoms and drawers was one of my favorite tricks. I remember showing this trick to my brother, and he was amazed at how much stuff we could hide without anyone knowing. Another great spot is behind removable panels. I once found a loose panel in my closet and turned it into a hidden space for canned food and water filters. It felt like a small victory knowing I had those supplies safely tucked away. Now let's get creative with the hiding spots. Ever seen a movie where someone hides stuff in a book? It works. Choose a book that blends in on your shelf, one you probably wouldn't pick up to read again. Hollow out the pages, and voila, instant secret compartment. Decorative items can be hiding spots too. A big vase or a fake plant can hold smaller supplies like matches or medications. Just make sure they're not too heavy and give away your secret. Try to hide your important items in plain sight. The best hiding spots are the ones that look normal. A coffee table with a hidden compartment can hold your survival gear while still looking like, well, a coffee table. Nobody will suspect a thing. Air vents are surprisingly spacious, and some have removable covers. If you can safely access the inside of your vents without disturbing the airflow, they can be a great hiding spot for smaller, flatter items. Speaking of removable covers, don't forget about floorboards, especially in older homes. Some floorboards can be lifted up. Just be careful not to damage them, and make sure you can easily put them back in place. Remember, these aren't just hiding spots, they're lifelines. Take a good look around your house. Think about the furniture and spaces you have. Use your imagination. The goal is to blend your supplies in with your everyday life. That way, your supplies are hidden in plain sight, ready when you need them the most. A question I get asked a lot is, when should we start prepping? As any prepper would say, the best time to start prepping is now. Look around. Think about possibilities. When martial law hits, you'll be glad you did. Remember, the key is to make your supplies disappear into your everyday life. But even that might not be enough sometimes. What if your home isn't safe anymore? In that case, I'd recommend making your backyard your secret ally. It's familiar, easy to access, and under your control. Let me give you some of my favorite tricks of hiding stuff outside. The most obvious thing people would point to is burying the items. Not everyone can be buried, but for some supplies, it's perfect. Use waterproof and airtight containers to keep things dry and pest-free. Think plastic bins with tight lids. Also, don't just dig a hole anywhere. Avoid obvious spots like under trees or near your house. Instead, try hiding them in the middle of a flower bed, under some nondescript bushes, or even beside a well-established vegetable patch. Remember, the shallower you bury them, the easier they are to find. But also, the more likely they are to be accidentally discovered. I've personally buried some of my stuff in waterproof containers in my flower beds and under bushes. During one particularly tense period, I remember feeling a huge sense of relief knowing I had supplies hidden away outside. Maybe you don't have a backyard, or it's not safe. No problem. Urban areas and nature can be great hiding spots too. Abandoned buildings offer many possibilities. Look for a loose brick in a wall, a forgotten corner in the basement, or even an old pipe. Just make sure the building is truly abandoned and nobody else uses it. Parks and less traveled trails can be helpful too. Maybe there's a hollow log, a tree with a big knothole, or a bush with super thick leaves. The key here, as with all outdoor hiding, is to blend in. Don't leave any signs of digging or disturbance. I remember a camping trip I took with my family. We discovered how useful natural hiding spots can be. There was an old hollow log near our campsite, and it struck me that similar natural features around my home could be used to hide supplies. Now, I have a few strategic spots in nearby parks and wooded areas where I've hidden small caches of supplies, just in case. Nature provides all sorts of hiding nooks if you know how to look. Look for places that already have some camouflage built in. That large, flat rock next to your house might actually be a hollowed-out rock with a removable top, perfect for hiding a small box. Or gather some loose leaves and create a natural-looking pile to hide a small waterproof container underneath. Remember, location is key. No matter where you choose to hide something outdoors, think carefully about that location. Avoid areas that are prone to flooding or erosion. You don't want your supplies to wash away in a heavy rain. Also, avoid places where people or animals are likely to dig or disturb the ground. But also, be cautioned. No hiding spot is foolproof, especially if it's outdoor. It's smart to have backup plans and multiple hiding spots. That way, if someone finds one stash, you're not left empty-handed. And most importantly, be discreet. The fewer people who know about your hiding spots, the safer your supplies will be. Keep this information to yourself unless absolutely necessary. During martial law, resources can be scarce. Having hidden supplies can be the difference between survival and hardship. Whether it's in your backyard, an abandoned building, or a quiet corner of a park, knowing how to hide supplies outdoors can be a game changer. Nature provides many hiding spots if you know where to look. So be creative, look around you, and you'll find the world is full of places to secure your survival. So, you've mastered the basics of hiding supplies. Ready to take it up a notch? Let's delve into advanced techniques. We're talking about using your home's very structure to hide things. Sounds like spy stuff, but in a survival situation, every advantage counts. First up, your walls. They're not just protection from the weather, they can be hiding places too. You can create a compartment by carefully removing a section of drywall. But be super cautious. Don't cut into any electrical wires or plumbing. Once you have your hidden space, put your supplies in it and replace the drywall piece perfectly. To truly hide it, repaint or re-wallpaper over it. I once created a compartment in my old home by carefully removing a section of drywall. I was nervous about cutting into the wall, but it worked out perfectly. After repainting over it, no one could tell there was a hidden space there. Now, let's get tricky with the floors. Find a section that can be removed without damaging the structure. This might be a loose floorboard you've already noticed, or a plank under a rug or large piece of furniture. Once you've got the right spot, lift the floorboard, create a cavity underneath, and stash your supplies there. Make sure you can put the floorboard back seamlessly so no one notices. Don't forget the attic. Attic insulation can hide smaller items like canned food or medical supplies. Just remember to use airtight containers to protect them from dust and critters. I usually hide smaller items in the attic insulation. While it is a bit of a hassle to access, it's perfect for things you don't need regularly. While we're on the topic of advanced hiding techniques, let me share one of my favorites, using decoys and misdirections. Hiding isn't just about finding a good spot, it's also about misdirection. Even if someone is looking for your stuff, you'd want them to look in the wrong places. Create obvious hiding places with less valuable items. This might make someone think they've found everything and stop searching. For example, plant a fake stash of food in an easily accessible place, like a kitchen cabinet. Put some expired cans of foods or empty boxes in there. Another thing you can do is camouflage. This ties in with the same concept of hiding in plain sight. Make your hiding spots blend in with their surroundings. This could be something simple, like repainting a section of wall to hide a seam, or more complex, like replicating the pattern of your floorboards. The key is to make it look like it's just another part of your house. Remember, practice makes perfect, and these advanced techniques take time and skill. Start now. The sooner you're prepared, the better your chances of staying secure and self-sufficient during martial law. Practice these techniques. Refine them, make them your own. The more comfortable you are with your hiding spots, the less likely they are to be discovered. With these advanced techniques, your supplies become nearly invisible. Go ahead, level up your hiding game. Your future self will thank you. Now, staying hidden is important, but what about the law and safety? These are crucial aspects of survival during martial law. Hiding supplies might seem like you're breaking the law, but it's usually not. As long as you're not hiding illegal items or stockpiling essential supplies that others might need in a crisis, you're good. Remember, the goal is to survive and be self-sufficient, not create chaos or endanger others. That being said, remember, safety first, always. While you want your supplies hidden and don't want them to be a hazard, for example, if you're hiding canned food behind a false wall, make sure it's secure. A poorly built hiding spot could collapse and hurt you, or worse, reveal your stash. This is coming from personal experience. One time, I hid canned food behind a false wall but didn't secure it well. It collapsed, and I learned the hard way to make sure everything is properly secured. Another important tip I would give anyone is don't just hide your stuff. Remember where you hide it as well. If you're burying supplies in your backyard, mark the spot in a way only you understand. You don't want to forget where you hid your lifeline. Use a discrete code or landmark you can easily remember. If you're hiding things outdoors, choose spots that won't harm the environment or attract unwanted attention. Avoid places where someone might accidentally find them while digging or exploring. Survival is important, but so is staying legal and safe. Always keep these considerations in mind while planning for martial law or any emergency prep. Remember, It's not just about surviving, it's about surviving smartly. So, are you ready to face martial law with more confidence? We've covered a lot. We learned what martial law is, exploring the hidden compartments you can create in your own home, dug into the earth for outdoor hiding spots, and even mastered advanced hiding techniques that take advantage of your home structure. We also talked about the legal and safety considerations of hiding supplies. Now it's your turn. Use this knowledge to evaluate your living space and resources. Start planning your own hiding spots. Remember, the best hiding spot is the one that works for you. Consider your living situation, the climate in your area, and the types of supplies you need to hide. All this prepping can be expensive, but we've got you covered there as well. Click the video on screen now to learn about the 20 cheap barter items I recommend all preppers should have.